actively involved in territorial projects. Welcome.
Thank you, Kendall.
Good.
Yeah.
Tell us something of how it works, what you're doing.
Yeah, in projects department, I'm working as micro projects database.
Okay.
Yes, which is more of like entering the data for projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you're the record keeper.
Yes, yeah,
Good.
that's being record keeper.
Yeah.
But though it's a bit different because there are times when I do collect data from the field, whereby I also work with field projects officers who are DPOs.
Okay.
Yes.
A DPO is a...
Those are divisional project officers.
Thank you, because I'm
Yes.
very aware we may have non-Salvatians
Yeah,
who
sure.
don't understand our language.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly, sure. Then in the projects, again, you find me sometimes doing microcredit, which works in line with projects. So the microcredit is also a project which was started, especially for women.
Right.
Yes, to boost their businesses and to empower every woman, especially in 3 divisions where it is running, yes.
Okay. So in light of the responsibilities you have, what verse of scripture has God given you to give you encouragement and keep you going?
Yes, 2 Timothy chapter 1, which says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power and self-discipline as well as love." Yes.
Those are gifts we would all wish for.
Yeah, exactly.
But how precious and important in your line of work.
Yeah, in line of work, I love on part where it says love. Because we work with people and we need to have the heart for people, especially in projects, because there are some areas where you will find people who are unlovable and we need to share that love to them, as well as showing them God's love and how He cares for them.
So really projects is people-based first.
Yes.
Reporting, accountability, that's all really important, but it sounds to me like when you look at love, you focus on people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We focus on people because even the implementation of the project, the first level, it's about the people in the community. So there is more of involvement from community, though as implementers, of course, we'll go there to meet them and direct them, and for them to take the passion or to take the ownership of the project that you are implementing in that area.
I think a key word I hear you say is ownership.
Yes.
Because if you just give somebody something and they don't need it or they don't want it, we're in trouble.
Sure.
So it really is a partnership, is it not?
Yeah. It's partnership, yes.
Working with the communities.
Exactly.
Okay. Identifying their need and then together moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also to see that they've really accepted and received the project that you are giving them in the community, yes.
And then they take responsibility
Yes.
for the long-term sustainability.
Yes, of course, sustainability, yes.
So you're a professional within this field, but I also recognize you are a spouse, a mom.
Yeah.
How do you balance?
Yeah, balancing work and and home. Yeah, they can be 2 different things, because when I come to office, there are times when you feel like you are challenged with what you've left at home, but I have to make sure that I always make sure I leave my home in order to avoid unnecessary calls unless it's emergency.
Okay.
Yes.
So you would describe yourself as an organized individual.
Sure.
Yeah. And that's a key to so much of our life, right?
Yeah, sure. So when I'm in the office, I make sure that I do my office work only.
Okay.
Then after that, that's when I shift my mind now that I'm at home, where I do the house chores, making sure my children are in good health, especially during this cold season because of this pandemic, which is even within us, because this is within us. So I have to make sure that my children are not just playing anyhow outside, but I make sure that they are within my doors and able to monitor them.
So I'm assuming alongside the other captain in your house is deeply involved in the organizing of the house and the family and the...
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's, I receive a very great support from my husband. Yes, he's also helping me to monitor the children and seeing that everything that we need in the house is there. Okay. And we work hand in hand. When it comes to cooking, sometimes you just see him coming in the kitchen, you know. But in our Africa way of living or culture, sometimes it's surprising to see a man standing in the kitchen. But on that one, I congratulate him because it's been so helpful for me.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
And you know, men are actually good cooks if they try.
Yeah.
I'm also blessed to have a good cook in my house.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really want to encourage them to try new skills.
Sure.
Yeah. If you, in your capacity as projects officer, what would you want every Salvationist to know about projects?
Yes, in line with the work that I'm doing, as you've already heard, I'm a database officer. I would wish to see the Salvationists to take the ownership to be in them, one, taking care of the projects that they have, taking serious in the work that they are doing, especially in projects. And they have to know that the projects, when they are implemented in their areas, it's not that the whole territory receives the projects that they have. There are some people who are crying for projects, but they can't receive them. So when you are given like a project in your area or center division, you have to take it serious to say one day these people who are helping us, they will stop. And because of that, they have to work so serious, being committed to that work, and also to plan on sustainability. Yes. When the project stops, what will be our way forward? Because when we are given, like when the donor supports us with the projects, they really mean it to say, after this help, I'm sure these people will be helped even for life. Because there are some projects that we are receiving, like for water, which needs more of commitment, because you need one to make sure that you have a proper sustainability plans, because people will not be coming to help you, maybe changing of pipes in that same borehole that you are given. So because of that, I am encouraging people in the community, those who have such projects, to make sure that they are committed and able to do even more than we have done as the implementers on starting. And carry the impact long. Sure. Long past when the project is officially finished. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good for you. I'm sure you've seen many examples of how a project has transformed or changed a community. Yes. Could you give us an example? Yeah, on that one, projects, they are in categories. I may get, instead of one, I'll give you 3 examples. Okay. Yes, because we have a project which was called a conservation project. This project was more on farming, whereby people didn't have things to use, materials for using in planting maize. But this time it was like they were given reapers, which they are using now in plowing and in their farming. So it has become more easier for them now to start planting even earlier before the rain season. So they don't have to wait for the rain season? No, they don't have to wait for rain season. And that has even helped them to have at least maize to help the families. Yes. And there is also another project for microcredit. This microcredit project is just for women to boost their businesses and to change their living, so that at least tomorrow they appreciate the development that they make. Okay. Yes. And you find that in this microcredit, women had nothing. But when they are given these loans, when we talk of microcredit, we talk about loans that women are given from Salvation Army. But we don't segregate. There is nothing like Salvationists only. But this one goes to community, to everyone in the community. And you find that there are different women, different denominations, and some they are from UCZ, SDA, it goes to N1. And because they received it with one heart, women are making wonders. Some have built houses, some have managed to take their children to schools, and some, even now as I'm talking, they've built a butchery, like one woman was built a butchery, which she also managed to buy 2 big machines, one for mince making and one for sausage making. And you find that in these 2 machines that I've just mentioned, she has now managed to build a house. Wow. This one is a married woman. and she has stopped counting on what the husband brings in, because she also pushing to say, both of us, we can still make a difference.
So that makes a difference to the marriage relationship,
Yes.
to the immediate family,
Yeah.
to the close community,
Yeah.
and just the neighborhood at large.
Yes.
So transformation is never only about a single individual.
Yeah, it's not about a single individual in a way that when that individual is transformed, is also able to transform others,
Yeah.
the neighbors and the entire community.
Yeah.
Because our working in microcredit is to make sure that every woman in that community has something to put on the table, has something to help even the family, because we have extended families, which goes even in the community. So after having the business, you find that the same woman who was doing this business is now able to plan another business for the neighbor. To say, if you want to live a good life or a better life, please just come to microcredit. And when that woman joins microcredit, surely they appreciate.
Well, you've empowered them, you've
Yeah.
given them dignity and value.
Sure.
And then I'm hearing you say, once that happens to one woman,
Yeah.
she then, we say, passes it forward and
Yes.
empowers another one.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
That happens when the woman is given loan. And you know, we work in having communications, building good relationships.
Yeah.
So we tell them that when you have a business, don't keep it to yourself. Share with your neighbor, share with your friends, so that whatever you are doing, tomorrow it will be appreciated by another person. The money which these other people are given is not from this same individual. There is a team, a group. After 3-4 months, they pay back their loans.
Yeah.
And after paying back their loans, that money which the interest from that what they paid back is the same money that we use to another group of people who join us.
So the seed money
Yeah.
continues to plant.
Exactly. Yeah, sure.
Wow, that's incredibly exciting.
So another project, the last one, is the Street Kids project. This one worked so perfect in a way that we got selected children from the street, those who were at least able to be monitored and who were able to receive what the message that we were giving them each and every moment when we took them to the shelter place. Because after getting them from the street, we took them to Sansa Village for shelter, and one way of monitoring, making sure that they are able to be counseled and being transformed to normal living. And these children, as I'm talking now, some they have appreciated in a way that after taking them to schools for skills, they've now managed to start the businesses. Those who are doing catering, they have their own takeaway, we call them the small places where they cook food and sell. Yes. Then there are also two who did mechanics, who are now working in different companies.
Wow.
And we have others who did electric, who are at UTH, and they are also doing their electrician things there. So these have already transformed their lives in a way that from the beginning, from street to that shelter, from shelter into the community. Again, we appreciate by seeing how God transforms people. So even after seeing these children from the street, or even when we see them from the street, we say, these children, they are suffering. But God always works to transform somebody's life.
It sounds to me like projects is a very practical application of John 10:10.
Yeah.
Where Jesus says, I have come to give you life and life to the fullest.
Exactly.
And so I think it's fabulous that projects is about the hands and feet of Jesus,
Yeah.
moving into community and allowing transformation to happen.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, sure. And this has really helped us even to build more good relationship with the public.
Well, and to let them to see that God is at work and that the Salvation Army believes that faith is very practical.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, God bless you and your work.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah.
music.